I have been in the crypto space since the end of 2020, and I now have enough experience to know exactly what to buy and how to play out my folio over the course of this coming bull run with my own personal custom twist. And like many in my existing audience, I fell in love with crypto gaming very quickly. What you might not know is actually how, and this leads into my top crypto gaming picks, so trust me, it's important. Because of the Hamish and Andy podcast, Zrun was brought to my attention, which is essentially a horse racing game on chain where you pay entry fees and try to breed the best horses possible. And I had heaps of fun with this style of gameplay and still do. But in the end, I wanted something more interesting and long term, and that's when I found Illuvium. Building alongside Illuvium, watching it grow and change, and being more involved with the entire crypto gaming space taught me how the crypto market as a whole actually functions, and it's mostly based around narrative. With that, I think I've not only found the best narrative for 2025, but the best tokens that fit this, and the best strategy to ensure that you nail that 50x. At this stage, if I get a 10x on my folio, it would absolutely change my life and set me financially free for the rest of my life, and I wish that for all of you guys as well. Obviously, nothing in this video is financial advice, and always check with your personal financial advisor before you make any purchases. And obviously, don't risk anything you aren't willing to lose. I will cover in this video a few different things. My top 5 gaming picks, what I expect them to reach in terms of market cap, the best strategy for 2025, no matter who you are or what tokens you've chosen, and how I would allocate a $1,000 folio based on all of this advice. I'll go from large to small in terms of token size. To open it up, my largest token is actually ILV. This is currently sitting at around a $400 million market cap, and in my opinion, I think the larger crypto gaming tokens will move first, or way earlier than everything else. They will move after a catalyst of some kind. They don't tend to just randomly move on their own. In the 2021 bull run, Axie all of a sudden got really big with scholarships in the Philippines and everything, and then everything moved. Okay. I expect the release of the Guns token and Off the Grid to return into the mainstream to take that place of a catalyst in this cycle. News of a completed raise or future product trailers will also help return the full hype to Illuvium as a project, allowing the token to gain traction, which it might not be able to otherwise. It also has its revenue distribution mechanic, so if the game grows its player base, this could be a really big catalyst for the returned interest to the project. Now, I cannot predict price for this one specifically, but just consider the all-time high of Axie Infinity when it comes to these sorts of large cap gaming tokens. The next one I've got for you, so there's Illuvium. You can see all the gameplay here. It actually looks really, really nice, and there is so much more to come. I cannot stress enough. The next one I've got here is Wilder World. So this is around a $100 million market cap right now, which is way undervalued in my opinion. This is a sleeper hit, okay? Many of you might not even know what Wilder World is, and that is part of the reason it's going to do so well, because when they notice, it's going to be like flicking a switch. When Rebellion launches, it will become a mainstream gaming token without the mainstream price. If we take a look at Rebellion, if we take a look at the website, it's really, really great. You can play the racing game right now on the Epic Games Store. You can also defy the forum, save reality, and all that sort of stuff. You can see all these different elements of Wilder World. And then if we jump into the devlog, one of their latest devlogs, we can see a little bit of footage for Rebellion or a lot of screenshots and things like that. Rebellion is their first, I think it's first person, it might be third person, is their shooter game coming out towards the end of the year. We know how popular the shooters are in the Web3 space. The other thing is that Wilder World is a metaverse token. That is something we really haven't heard much of in a while. And I think metaverse will see its time to return. Maybe not with Mark Zuckerberg leading the charge or anything like that, but it will come back. Especially given the Sandbox's recent return. Look at this pump from the Sand token. Sandbox faded into obscurity a while ago, and although it's actually, I think it's actually doing pretty well, its token price has just jumped up. Imagine this on the scale for Wilder World. Wilder World will become an undeniable top metaverse world in existence in all of crypto gaming, okay, as a metaverse, as a world you inhabit, and won't be hidden anymore. SAN hit $6 billion in market cap in the previous bull cycle, and I easily expect Wilder World to go double, putting it at a 120x from where it is now. Next up on our list, we've got Xborg. This is currently sitting at around a $50 million market cap, and every cycle after the narrative plays out, the hot new things kick into gear. These small cap tokens, things that only existed for this cycle. People don't like going to the older coins necessarily. They'll start off in the older coins and then it will transition to things like Xborg right here. Also, because of its connection to esports, I expect Xborg to shoot up straight after the older coins shoot upwards, as it is a much newer token. Xborg is the identity layer protocol for crypto gaming. So it's narrative adjacent to crypto gaming. It is really my only infrastructure or major infrastructure play for this list, although there are lots of things like AVAX and Arbitrum and stuff that you could definitely invest in. This is more crypto gaming, and Xborg is the one a little bit off on like a fork in the road from the rest of my tokens here. After Axie Infinity shot up, everyone was trying to chase the next crypto gaming narrative. Conservatively, I expect a $1 billion market cap for a 20x gain. But I can easily see $2 to $3 billion market cap as the bull run gets pretty hectic, as well for the 50x instead. The next one we've got on this list, as you can see, if you can see Xborg right here, the identity layer, it all looks really, really cool, and I can't wait for them to start really rolling out much of this stuff. Okay, the next one I've got for you here is the Pirate Nation token, okay? Pirate is around a $30 million market cap, which is an absolute steal. No one's even denying that. Much like Xborg, I expect people to search for the smaller crypto games, but Pirate Nation is like a large crypto game masquerading as a small crypto game, okay? It has more mind share than Illuvium and Wilder World probably combined on crypto Twitter at least. And when they start onboarding other game studios into their blockchain infrastructure with the Apex chain, it will be the hot new thing. It is absolutely awesome. We see the gameplay right here. They've done a really good job at all. You can travel around the seas, see other players, battle against monsters, gather, play for the airdrop. There's so much going on with Pirate Nation. They keep shipping every single week. It is an incredible project. I highly recommend it. So as for price, it can easily reach well beyond 5 billion, even 10 billion. Hard to say if that'll happen this cycle, especially since the game is fun and anyone who wants to play should really be staking their tokens, taking so many out of the market. That puts it at about a 150x to 200x minimum from where it is right now. After that, we've got the one and only Lizard Labs and Lizcoin. This is currently sitting at around a $3 million market cap. Now, it is a really low cap token, but I've never felt more confident in a project until now. Well, I felt this confident in Illuvium, but besides that, I've never felt more confident in a project. We have seen memes go from $1 million to $1 million market cap in a matter of days. To say Lizard Labs can't do it would be absolutely ridiculous. The beauty is Lizard Labs actually has many of its own meme qualities, which will draw in buyers who recognize this space in crypto gaming and recognize how memes have all this potential and things and combine the two together. Lizard Labs has been way ahead of the game on all of this. I do see it as somewhat similar to Xborg, but more building experiences rather than infrastructure. So a $50 million market cap like Xborg is really priced in, which is a 10x from here. And older gaming community is Yield Guild Games, which hit a high of $750 million market cap. So we can definitely get there with Lizard Labs so easily. Now, I am a Lizard Labs partner. This video isn't sponsored by them specifically, but I am a partner. Given I expect much higher for these kinds of tokens, $1 billion to $3 billion is really not out of the question at the market cap, which from current prices is a 1000x. If you're chasing that next golden gem, put a couple hundred in Lizcoin. I don't think you'll be disappointed. Just don't hold it for like 20 years. Like things go up and down. You can hold it for 20 years. It's probably fine. Okay. So after all that, I do want to start talking about the strategy of it all. because this is more important than the folio I'm about to share with you. If you follow these ideas, then don't sell at the first little bit of movement in either direction, up or down. Last cycle, I managed to sell Sol under $1. Okay, let that sink in. I sold Sol, I bought it for like 10 cents. I sold it for like the 10x at $1. Okay, I feel stupid. You can remind me in the comments and boost the algo, but I feel really stupid, okay? You have to maintain conviction and hold it through, okay? If it doesn't pan out, it doesn't pan out. Don't invest more than you're willing to lose. But that's how this system works. At about a 5 to 10x, I would sell about 20%, but never reinvest it. That's another mistake I made. I kept selling at the 5 to 10x, but I kept reinvesting it in other things and it didn't really work out. Let's put it that way. I would also set yourself a target goal and sell 50 to 60% once you reach that target. No one can ever call the top, and don't ever trust someone who says they can. That being said, I'm going to try calling the top right now. As we take a look at this Ethereum chart, the monthly Ethereum chart, since Bitcoin and alts are slightly disconnected, I will go over ETH of past cycles to better understand where it could top out for more of an altcoin season. Even though Ethereum moves a little bit before altcoins, I think it's a really good indicator of the start and end points of that general cycle. In the past, January was the first giant candle of the altcoin cycle. We could see this in January 2021, and it's less obvious, but it did look exactly the same in January of 2017. Now, it topped in January for this first cycle in 2018, and it actually topped in November for 2021. Okay, we need to consider that because we can assume that it will continue to shorten over time, placing the top anywhere between August and November. A likely estimate could be a little bit earlier, in August or November of this current cycle, where the start would be over here in January of 2025, although we can see it's already getting a little bit of a move on. Now, we could also see bearish divergence on the monthly MFI both times. You can see down here, we had a lower peak, whereas price went higher, which is a bearish divergence. And we had the exact same thing back in 2018. So really, we should be looking for that when we're starting to look to get out. And if you guys leave a comment down below if you want me to make a video about if I think things are topping out, when I'm starting to see these sorts of things in the chart. But really, you should be doing your own analysis, taking your own care, and just not worrying about this stuff too much. Invest in what you like to invest in, what you think is a good play, and you go from there. So after that, we have the folio I have set up. And it is right here. And I'll post the link in the description so you guys can follow along with this folio. I'm not going to swap any of this stuff. I'm just going to leave it running. I hold these tokens in different amounts in my own wallets and things like that, to be completely transparent and not this exact split. But yeah, so this is the split I've set up for this. So in terms of general confidence, I'm confident in the 100x from Wild to World. I really am. ILV as a great first mover and generally strong price action, and making it a good large cap to hold as well. Pirate Nation for the 100x for sure. Liz for 100x, but it can go way beyond that. And Xborg as an adjacent narrative in case some of the other tokens miss the correct message this coming cycle. So a tiny bit of diversification there, but not really. These are all crypto gaming tokens. So the split I have is as follows from a $1,000 breakdown. Wild token for $350, or I'm expecting 50x, 120x. ILV for about $250. You can expect whatever multiples you want there. Pirate token for $200, expecting a 100x to 150x. Liz at $100, 100 to 300x. And XBG for $100 for 20 to 50x. The Xboard people are going to come down in the comments and just rip me a new one for that. I just don't know enough about the project, to be honest. I think 20x is too conservative and 50x is probably still not at the high end, but that's where I'm setting my prices here. So overall, if we ignore ILV for now and you make up your own conclusions based on what you think, we would be looking at $49,500 at the low end of my predictions and a near 50x gain without ILV included in this, obviously. On the high end, we can consider $107,000, taking the higher multiples I just mentioned into account. Now, obviously $1,000 is just a sample portfolio, and it'll be cool to see this CoinGecko folio update in real time, But say you put in $10,000, then you are looking at $500,000 to $1 million by around July or August of next year. I know for me, that would be life-changing money. But like I said, don't wait for when you think the top is in. Sell what you need when you think it will have an impact in your own life. Do you need a new car? When 50% of your tokens would afford that comfortably, then sell. I mean, including like your first few services and stuff, right? For me personally, I just bought my first home. So my personal goal is if a 20 to 30% sale would net me enough money that any potential home emergency wouldn't bankrupt me, then that's what makes the most sense for me personally. I probably won't do that though. I'm here for the very long term, but you get the idea. Now, the core thing here is do not get greedy. Life-changing money does not matter until you use it to change your life. I hope you learned something today. If you like Illuvium, please subscribe to the channel. And if you like any of these 5 projects, then like the video so more people can see it. But if you want to learn more about ILV revenue distribution, check this video up next. Have a good one.